What comes to your mind when you hear the word Babylon? A great empire? The Tower of Babel? King Nebuchadnezzar? Or Daniel in the lion's den? Babylon is one of the most important cities in the Bible. It appears from Genesis to Revelation. It was a city of incredible power, wealth, and human pride. But it also became an example of how God sovereign over every kingdom. Let's discover the story of Babylon. The beginning of Babylon. The Bible first mentioned Babylon in Genesis 10. After Noah fled, a mighty ruler named Nimrod built a kingdom that included a city called Babylon in the land of Shinar. Soon after, in Genesis 11, the people decided to build a great city and a tower that reached toward heaven. They said, "Let us make a name for ourselves." Instead of honoring God, they trusted in their own strength and pride. God came down, confused their languages, and scattered them around the earth. This is why the city was called Babel, and this even became known as the Tower of Babel. Babylon becomes an empire. Many centuries later, Babylon became one of the greatest empires in the world. Its most famous king was Nebuchadnezzar. He built magnificent wall, beautiful places, and the famous Star Gate. Babylon became one of the richest and the most powerful cities of the ancient world, but God's people, the nation of Judah, had turned away from him. Through prophets like Isaiah, Jeremiah, and Ezekiel, God warned them to repent. When they refused, God allowed Babylon to conquer Jerusalem. In 605 BC, young Daniel and many others were taken to Babylon. Later, in 586 BC, Jerusalem and Solomon Temple were destroyed, and many more people were taken into exile. Daniel in Babylon. Even in a foreign land, Daniel remained faithful to God. God gave Daniel wisdom to interpret dreams. His friend Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego refused to worship a golden statue. They were thrown into a fiery furnace, but God protected them. Later, King Nebuchadnezzar became proud and said, "Is not this great Babylon that I have built?" Because of his pride, God humbled him until he acknowledged that the Most High rules over all kingdoms. Years later, another king, Belshazzar, held a great feast. A mysterious hand appeared and wrote on the palace wall. Daniel explained the message. God had judged Babylon. That very night, Babylon fell. The fall of Babylon. In 539 BC, Cyrus the Great, king of Persia, conquered Babylon. The Bible had spoken about Cyrus before he was born. In Isaiah chapter 44 and 45, God even mentioned him by name. After conquering Babylon, Cyrus allowed the Jewish people to return to Jerusalem and rebuild God's temple. This fulfilled God's promises that the exile would come to an end. Babylon legacy. Today, Babylon lies in ruins in modern day Iraq. Archaeologists have discovered its walls, palaces, clay tablets, and the famous Star Gate, confirming that Babylon was a real and a powerful city. In the final book of the Bible, Revelation, Babylon became a symbol of every proud system that stands against God. The story of Babylon teaches us a timeless lesson. Human kingdom rise and fall, but God's kingdom stands forever. Thank you.